Podcasting from the Chicagoland area, this is Game On with Jackson Stewart, where we discuss men's lifestyle, focusing on sex, fitness, relationships, business, and more. We'll be interviewing the best of the best, the hot shots, and the rising stars in the worlds of modeling, fitness, cooking, and more. Influencers who are discussing keeping it sexy while at the top of their game. I'm your host, Jackson Stewart. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the game.
This is Dale Valor.
This is Pamela Ross.
This is Trinasia.
And you're listening
to
Game On with Jackson Stewart.
Game On with Jackson Stewart.
Game On with Jackson Stewart. Killing them!
Follow Game On with Jackson Stewart on YouTube at Game On with Jack, on the official blog www.gameonwithjack.blog, and at the new store www.gameonwithjack.shop. Keep it sexy and game on.
I'm feeling way too low to start this night, but I wanna get to your bash. Last night you tried to make me angry, yeah, but this time I get you mad. Oh, don't need apologies, enough for this, I'm burning for you. Can't get enough of the weekend. I wanna seize the night like I can't let go. Can't get enough of the weekend. Don't wanna ever get lost to the sun. Oh no, we can't get enough of the weekend.
Good people, sexy people, welcome to another edition of Game On with Jackson Stewart. I'm your host, Jackson Stewart, and as always, I appreciate you guys taking time to stop by, to load me up, to listen to what I got to say, and I really do appreciate it. Special shout out to my girl, Jenna, who's super sweet, beautiful as all hell, and enjoys the episodes and was telling me about it. So thanks, Jenna. Love you, baby. Anyway, want to invite you guys, definitely check us out on social media, YouTube, Game On with Jack, patreon.com, Game On with Jack, blog is gameonwithjack.blog, and Twitter, Game On with Jack. You can see a pattern here, folks. Definitely, whatever platform you like, catch us, subscribe, like, give me comments, give me all that good feedback. I really do appreciate it. Tonight's episode is Walking Dead, 4 reasons men are dying sooner and 5 actions to help. Because you guys know, if you listen to the show long enough, you know I hate just talking about situations. I like to talk about what can we do, right? How can we level up? How can we play the game and win? Not just play the game and lose horribly, all right? So welcome back to the show. Happy New Year. It's almost the end of January. I hope you guys are kicking ass with your resolutions or your goals or changes you want for the year. And if not, look, you know, you're still alive. You got time to change things up and do better. And I hope that's the case. Tonight, we're tackling a topic that might make us guys a little uncomfortable, but it's crucial, right? We like to think we're immortal and invincible, but that's not the case. And so tonight we are talking about men's mortality. Why do men die sooner than women or their male counterparts or their male partners? And what can we do to change that stat? So we'll be diving deep with 4 main reasons for early mortality and 5 actionable ways to avoid it. So grab your favorite protein shake or glass of whiskey. Not both. I've tried that. That's gross. And get comfortable and get ready to take some notes and let's get the game on. So first up, let's talk about the grim reality of early male mortality. Now, these stats are going to compare genders, right? We're not talking about relationships. We're not talking about sexual orientation. We're just laying out the 2 genders side by side. Men on average die 5 years earlier than women, and we tend to die from preventable diseases. Here's a sobering look at statistics on early male mortality. So globally, men live an average of 5 to 4 years less than women. And I think the stats are like 72 years versus 77. In developed countries, the gap narrows, but men still die. So we're looking at 4.3 years earlier, 78.9 years versus 83.2. Here in the U.S., men in the United States face an even larger gap of 5 years, flat out, 75 years versus 80. The leading causes of death for men globally, for men under 50, road injuries, lower respiratory infections, neonatal conditions, diarrheal diseases, and unintentional poisonings. Developed countries, heart disease, cancer, chronic lower respiratory diseases, diabetes, and suicide are the top 5 killers. Here in the States, heart disease, cancer, accident, unintentional poisonings. That one's got me a little bit like, guys, what are we doing? And chronic lower respiratory diseases. Those lead the pack. Now, some other key points, guys. We are more likely to die from preventable causes than women. We're less likely to seek preventive care and screenings. We engage and indulge in risk behaviors like smoking, alcohol abuse, unsafe sex. All of these contribute to early male mortality. Also, mental health issues like depression and anxiety are also linked to higher mortality rates in men. And, this jumps over to the suicide component. Now, real quick, I need to say before I go on, and I've said this before, guys, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm just a guy who's lived a life, who's got some stuff he wants to share, who likes to interview people who are doctors, who are mental health experts. So take all of this with the understanding that please seek medical professional help, whether it be for your physical, your emotional, your spiritual. Talk to a priest or a preacher or a rabbi or an imam, somebody who is trained in these. But I'm bringing you awareness, and I hope you're taking it as such, because there's no reason. If you listen to that list, a lot of those things are preventable. A lot of those things don't have to happen. A lot of those things don't have to get as bad as they are. And, social factors like economic disparity and lack of social support can play a role in a lot of these issues that are killing men. But first and foremost, if you look at these lists, it's really just guys are not taking care of themselves. We think we're going to live forever. We think we're Captain America or Batman or somebody or Wolverine, some superhero with, some kind of mutant healing factor. And we're just not taking care of ourselves. And if you want to look up more information, those stats came from the World Health Organization, the CDC, and the National Institutes of Health and Men's Health Network. So I'll post those links and you guys can look them up. But just, from a personal standpoint, I can look back at, men in my family growing up. I can look at men and families of friends. And it's the same mentality. Guys didn't go to the doctor until something hurt. Guys didn't go to the doctor until they were bleeding. Guys didn't go to the doctor for just whatever reason until they're having a chest grabber and falling down in the hallway or something. So it's that root problem and root cause of why men are dying sooner is because guys are not taking care of themselves. And you might say, well, Jackson, you're full of shit. Like, I get on the treadmill for an hour a day. I run, I lift weights. That's all great. But the most important step to taking care of yourself is going to a doctor, having a physical, getting a checkup, going to the dentist, seeing how your teeth are. If you don't think your teeth tell a story about your health, go back and listen to a couple weeks ago, the episode with Dr. Vincent Buscemi. He talks about how important your teeth are. They're like, the canary in the cage. They tell you how you're doing. So guys, get your ass to the doctor. I'm not getting paid by your doctor. This is not some weird conspiracy theory about, Jackson just wants me to go and get a bug put in my brain. No, You don't know if you have a tumor inside your body. You don't know if you've got some congenital heart disease that has gone unchecked for decades or generations. Only an expert, he or she, can look inside you, take you apart, run blood tests, all that shit, and find out what's going on. So let's debunk some myths real quick. All right. So 2 things. Men are tougher. And Jackson, it's just genetics why I'm dying sooner. It's bullshit. Let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. We men, as tough and invincible as we might think we are, we face a real health disadvantage. We're not doomed, but we got to understand the why behind this gap of 5 years of mortality, and why it exists. And that understanding is the first step. So here's 4 big reasons why men don't live as long as women. Number 1, risky behavior. All right. We don't always eat good. We don't always exercise. We abuse substances, and we have dangerous occupations, or we engage in dumbass shit like driving too fast, bungee jumping. I mean, just thrill seeking activities or activities of impatience or aggression that can get you killed if it goes south, right? How many times you cut somebody off in traffic or drive too fast and, you make it to work, but what if you don't? What if you miscalculate that curve? What if you, overshoot that divider? So we do shit that gets us killed that could be avoided. I'm not saying you can't have fast food every so often, but sometimes we consistently don't eat healthy. Maybe because we're working too much. We don't have time to make a meal. Maybe we're out with other guys who have bad habits and we fall into peer pressure. Maybe we're too tired to work out, or we just figure we look good enough, or we figure we were never a workout person. Why start now? It's too late. Maybe we hit the booze too hard. Maybe we hit the drugs. So risky behavior, that's killing us. That's all avoidable. Next up, one of the big reasons we don't live as long as women, delayed health care. Women, because of their biological build, go to doctors easily multiple times more than we do. Why? Because they go in for to see OBGYNs. They go in for pap smears. They go in for mammograms. Women are typically always in the doctor. And I don't mean that jokingly or by any means with a negative concept, but just women go to the doctors more because they are raised with the understanding that there's more reasons to go to a doctor, to check out for reproductive health, check out for breast cancer, to check for ovarian cancer. And in the course of always going to the doctor, they're always having their health reviewed. Guys, when was the last time, don't know why I can't talk tonight, when was the last time you went to a doctor for a checkup? I'm talking just a GP, not a doctor who's got to check you because you've got a lump on your testicle or because you're coughing up blood or so. No, just a general doctor once a year. Hey, doc, coming in. They'll ask you how you're doing. You'll give some blood. They'll run it and they'll let you know, what you need to do or if you're good to go. Just within the last 5 years, I have started to go and get a physical every year. I've had friends who died way too early from shit that could have been prevented. I've had family members get sick and die way too early from shit that could have been prevented. And I'm like, nope. When I go, it's going to be like, damn, Jack couldn't have avoided that one. So don't delay your health care. Mental health struggles. Unaddressed stress. Guys, we typically stress out more than women do. Differently, but dare I say more. I think there is a greater expectation, a greater communal and societal cushion for women under stress because everybody looks like, oh my God, she's trying to juggle the kids, the husband, the wife, the girlfriend, the parents. Guys, we kind of have this thing like, oh, we're just supposed to tough it out. Just suck it up. Don't get sad unless somebody's dead. Don't get depressed because you still got a job and a roof over your head. We are raised and we are taught and we are expected to repress and suppress our emotions. And that can cause physical issues. That can cause guys to not address things like horribly chronic depression, which can lead to suicide. You know, look at how many guys in the news who are handsome as all hell, wealthy, and end up committing suicide because depression and anxiety and mental health issues don't give a shit about how much money is in your bank. You know, how beautiful you look naked, how many women want to sleep with you. That stuff those things don't matter when you've got mental health struggles. So guys, you guys start talking about that. That's just as important as heart disease, okay? Other big reasons, social factors, economic disparity, lack of support networks, expectations of masculinity. All these things can lead to stress, can lead to a lack of resources for men to go to the doctor and they get checkups, and can lead men to sit and squash their emotions and suffer silently. So let's get real. If you guys like, damn, Jack, would you get real yet? We guys like to push our limits, right? Sometimes to the detriment of our bodies. We put off doctor visits like they're bad dates. We bottle up our feelings like they're kryptonite, right? And, but these habits, they add up. Players, guys, homies, my brothers out there. It's time to own our choices and recognize their impact. So let's get into 5 game-changing strategies for longevity. Guys, this is the shit that helps you not only live longer, but better. Like, I don't want to live longer and have sucky health. I want to live longer with good quality of life. So much of that is sitting here in our hands. So much of that can be under our control. Here we go. Number 1, such a good start. Number 1, prioritize prevention. All right. Advocate for regular checkups, screenings, and proactive health awareness. And when I say advocate, self-advocate. Tell yourself, shit, I'm going to go get that checkup. I'm going to go get that physical once a year. I'm going to go get that screening. Look, get the prostate checked. Oh, I don't want somebody's fingers in my ass. Shut the fuck up and get yourself checked out. You'd rather have a doctor stick his fingers up your ass now than they have to take out your whole prostate later, or you're dying from it, or you're going through chemo from it. Like, drop the bullshit, drop the little scared kid act, and go get your health taken care of. So prioritize prevention. Number 2, fuel your body. All right. So healthy eating habits. Yeah, you can enjoy junk every now and then. Yeah, you can eat a big ass 32-ounce red steak. Yeah, you can have whiskey or tequila or whatever, but everything in moderation. All right. Maybe don't drink every night of the week. I just had this discussion with a dear friend of mine, and she was just like, man, we used to go hard every night. I'm like, I know, I was there. Now we just push it back to drinking on the weekends, which might still sound terrible, but hydration, water, guys. Water makes up so much of your body. Give your body what it needs. And just mindful food choices. Talk to a dietitian. See what food groups your body responds to best. Maybe you need less carbs. Maybe you need more carbs. Veggies, green, reds, orange. I mean, there's so many ways to get better. We just got to make an effort, okay? Next up, mind over matter, stress management techniques, mental health resources, seeking help when you need it. Look, I've talked to therapists. I've been through shit, and I'm like, I need to talk to somebody about how I'm processing what I'm going through, and I'll admit it. And it was the smartest shit I've ever done. You guys, stop being afraid. You're not going to be perceived as weak. If you're worried about blowback, you ain't got to tell nobody. Like, there's no reason why you have to suffer in silence about how your mind feels. There's no reason why you have to have so much stress in your life and how it's killing you. All right. Just about every job out there has some type of employee assistance. Look into it. Talk to your insurance. So many guys die from stuff that could be prevented because we don't ask questions. You have, I guarantee you, 5 to 10 times more free resources at your fingertips than what you know. but you just got to make the effort to look into it. Okay. Your insurance company can recommend good therapists around you that are in your network, just like they can recommend a good doctor around you or a dentist or an oncologist, whatever. Don't die from a lack of knowledge. All right. Lastly, a key step towards getting healthier, build your tribe. Social support, connecting with other guys, having healthy relationships, reach out, join a support group. Nothing wrong with that, man. If you're struggling with shit, reach out, talk to other people. Maybe it's a men's group at your church. Maybe it's a group of friends or a group of coworkers that you befriend. If you can't find it, shit, start it. There is nothing better than a men's group that is about something, that is about, being a strong man, but a good man. That's not about toxic masculinity, but not about simping either, but about handling business and being a good person. If you can't find it, start it. And those 5 things together, prioritizing prevention, fueling your body, mind over matter, building your tribe, and, I'm sorry, I forgot one. I just counted up 4. Move it or lose it. Let me encourage you guys, regular exercise, finding activities you enjoy and staying active. But Jack, you're telling me I got to go out and bench press 400 pounds and run 18 miles a day? Hell no, I didn't say any of that. But exercise at least 30 minutes a day. It could be a walk. It could be a 10-minute walk, 20 minutes of weights, or vice versa. Or maybe you play basketball at night with your buddies. Maybe you maybe you go out and play pickleball or whatever. Just keep moving. Things that move tend to stay in motion. I think that's Newton. Things that move tend to stay healthy. All right. So prioritizing prevention, fueling your body, moving it or losing it, mind over matter, and building your tribe. So this isn't about becoming gym rats or salad chomping saints. Guys, it's about small, sustainable changes that make a big difference. All right. Like right now, if I told you to walk a mile is 5,280 feet. If you walk 10 of those, now you've got 5,270 feet. And so on and so forth. Little steps that can make big changes, big differences. Find healthy habits you can stick with. Build a support system that lifts you up and prioritize your well-being. Trust me, your future self is going to thank you. And look at the women in your family. Look at how many times they go to the doctor. Look at how many times they are aware of their well-being and, mirror that, because dying from something that could have been prevented, you're going to feel not only sad, but stupid, because you're going to say, shit, if I had just gone to the doctor, if I had just listened to Jackson, if I had just, you don't want to die like that. As you are facing your mortality, you want to be able to smile at your loved ones, know that you lived a healthy and strong and positive life. You want to go out knowing you made a difference to people, that you made the world a better place. But you for damn sure don't want to go out thinking, I don't have to be laying here dying. I don't have to be laying here gasping for air or clutching my head in pain or watch myself bleed out. Like, I could be having a different life right now, a better one where I'm not currently dying. It's up to you guys. It's up to us. So the Game On Challenge, I want to issue a challenge for everybody listening. And ladies, this isn't just us. How well are you doing with your health? Because I know we got female listeners. I encourage you guys, and I applaud you guys, and I welcome you guys. I'm so glad you're here. But if you're taking care of your health, then please put pressure on the men in your lives to take care of themselves. So the challenge is for everybody listening to implement 1 or 2 healthy habits this week. If you pick a day where you're more active, or you pick a meal where you eat better, or you drink a little bit less, or you don't have that extra cigarette, whatever it is, 2 healthy habits. All right. I also know guys who changed their lives and turned their health around. And it shows. Yeah, I know guys who had close calls. Shit, Jackson, doctor told me I'm diabetic. Shit, Jack, doctor said I got heart disease. Shit, Jackson, I was so fucking sad last night because I lost my dad or my mom or whoever. I know what I was going to do to make it through the night. And they did something, and they're so much better off than what they were or where they were. So this is my positive call to action. Take control, prioritize your well-being, and live your best life longer. And that, people, good people, sexy people, is how you really play the game. So remember, guys, your health is your greatest asset. I don't care how much money you think you got. If you're fucking sick and can't get shit done, all the money in the world is not going to make you feel any better. You can be the sexiest man alive, but if you're laying in a bed with wires coming out of you, none of that's going to make a difference. Your health is your greatest asset. Your physical, your emotional, your spiritual, all of those health levels, those are your greatest assets. Don't wait for a wake-up call. Don't wait to hurt or bleed or something until you get your act in gear. Take charge. Shit, that's what men do. Make changes and live your life to the fullest. And this ain't just a podcast, it's a Game On Challenge. So let's rewrite the script on men's health together. And until next time, keep it sexy. Game on.